How's it going, y'all? Right now I'm at the Harriet Alexander Nature Center, which is super beautiful. I don't know if you can see all back there, but really a beautiful spot. And that's because today's video is a virtual tour of Roseville, Minnesota. I'm excited to get into this one. Stick around. How's it going, my friends? My name is Jesse Lynch. I'm a real estate agent here in the Twin Cities, and this YouTube channel is devoted to two things. The first of which is teaching people about real estate, buying, selling, investing in real estate. And the second of which is showing off the amazing place that I live, the Twin Cities of Minnesota. If either of those two things appeal to you, do us both a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell to get notified, give this video a thumbs up and say what's up in the comments. And while you're at it, go follow me on Instagram at Jesse Lynch Realty. This video is a virtual tour of Roseville, Minnesota. Roseville is a great spot. It is one of only two cities in the entire metro area that are contiguous to both Saint Paul and Minneapolis. And it is by all accounts like a retail mecca. In fact, so much so that this Target right here, this is the first Target ever. Kind of crazy. All right, here we go. I'm excited to show you around Roseville. Like you did. What's up, dog? How you doing? All right, right now we are outside Roseville Center, a place that I have been to many times in my life. And so what's Roseville all about? Well, like everywhere else literally on the planet, Roseville has four borders. To the north is County Road D, to the east is Rice, and to the south is Roselawn and Larpenteur, and to the west is the Gross National Country Club. Roseville has a population of approximately 37,000 people. On niche.com, the schools are rated right around a B+. On greatschools.org, who are always more stringent, they get like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. One thing that I find super interesting is that Roseville has some of the lowest property taxes in the entire Twin Cities metro. That is because there is so much retail and commercial space, and so the taxes go to that. But Roseville has the Rosedale Center. I always call it the Roseville Center, but it's the Rosedale Center. And then it also has the Harmar Center, which is another more like strip mall area, but there's tons of shops over there as well. And like I said, it's home to the first Target ever, which obviously was a much smaller Target, but now is like a legitimate super Target. I think an interesting fact is that the first Barnes & Noble ever outside of New York was in Roseville, Minnesota. And the first McDonald's to ever be in Minnesota was also in Roseville. All right, I'm gonna kick it over to Alex to talk about the houses.
Yeah, well, I think that, you know, given Roseville's location to the cities, it's just like 10 minutes north of the cities, it offers like a very urban suburban feel. One thing that surprised me about Roseville was how many beautiful homes there are in the area.
Yeah, actually I had the same thing. I feel like my relationship with Roseville has been more towards like the western edge and closer to the city, but as I went further and further out, you know, in the outskirts of Roseville, which isn't outskirts by the way, that there are some super beautiful homes and really nice suburban neighborhoods, and they've done a really good job of capitalizing on the natural space that they have out there.
Yeah, and I just didn't expect there to be as nice of homes in Roseville as, you know, we saw today.
Yeah, I would agree.
I thought it was really cool to discover that Roseville actually has the largest outdoor artificial sheet of ice in North America, aka an ice rink.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we call it here because we're pretty used to it. But yeah, it's the John Rose Oval. It's a super cool place. Actually, I think I went there for like Christmas or maybe the day before Christmas with my family last year. Super cool spot. And yeah, just a fun vibe, fun family vibe. And the last kind of weird thing, I used to drive by this place all the time. It's called Fantasy Flight Games. I had no idea it's the 5th largest board game manufacturer in the world. What? All right, GoPro died. So all in all, Roseville has a lot going for it. But I don't know, what do you think?
Let's show them around.
Okay. Okay, right now we are just by Lake Owasso, which is just right on that side of this path. And we're gonna give you a rundown on the pros and cons of Roseville. All right, number one, I'm gonna say the absolute best part about Roseville is that it is contiguous to both Saint Paul and Minneapolis. So you probably know that I live right in downtown Minneapolis. Alex lives basically one exit north of me off University. And what neighborhood is that?
Dinkytown.
Dinkytown, yeah, Dinky. And Roseville is very often the most convenient place to come to as far as shops go. For both of us, really. The Roseville Target we both go to pretty often, even though there is one in Northeast in the Quarry. It's that Super
Target.
Super Target. What else?
Well, I would say the bulk of the houses are going to start around $250 and go up to $450.
Yeah, that's about right.
Which brings me to another point. The taxes in Roseville are some of the lowest in the Twin Cities because of the large presence of commercial and retail space.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I never knew that. And that's a pretty interesting fact that I guess your taxes can go down when there's just so much tax revenue for all the retail, commercial stuff. Crazy.
Right.
And then another pro that I like about it is, yeah, there is all this commercial space, but I think they do a pretty good job of separating the two, right? There's like a main commercial district, and then basically as you head further east, it starts to get more residential. And I appreciate that rather than being, having a house that backs up right to, I don't know, a mall or something. Anything else, Alex?
Well, I think that right here is actually a great example of all of the, nature trails and ample walking space outside. And there's plenty of that in Roseville.
Yeah, there is. I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, not sponsored. How weird would that be? How weird would that be if it was sponsored? Yeah, that was in Roseville, like in the commercial district. But I really never knew like how much great outdoor space and also how nice some of the neighborhoods could get, because I just went to work all the time. And then you may have noticed that I didn't say the one pro that I say in almost all these videos, which is schools. And that's because I think the first con of Roseville is not even necessarily a con, but the schools are just okay. What about you?
Well, I think it's Highway 36 that runs through the center of Roseville, and so you do get a lot of that highway noise just being in and around Roseville.
Yeah, it's like smack dab in the middle of the whole city. So, I mean, you can avoid it, obviously, like, listen. No highway noise, but it is there, and there's kind of a hustle and bustle to Roseville, but also that kind of makes it a Blue Jay. Crazy.
Makes it a Blue Jay.
A Blue Jay. But also that kind of makes it why it's so convenient, because there's a highway that goes right from Roseville and you can be into the city, within 10 minutes from just about anywhere in Roseville. And then one thing that as far as like the retail goes, I think it's like a little bit big box store heavy and like large chain heavy. There's not a whole ton of like independent shops and small businesses.
Yeah, and I think those neighborhoods that are closer to the commercial and retail areas suffer from a lower pride of ownership. And when you go further out from, the shopping areas and the strip malls, you see a higher quality of ownership.
Yeah, and I think, partly it comes down to there's more apartment buildings and rentals closer to those commercial spaces. And as you get further out from those, it's more single family homes and way less rentals. But yeah, my hands are freezing. Let's get out of here. All right, right now I'm at Central Park here in Roseville, and this is just a super great park right in the middle of Roseville, hence the name Central Park. And there's something I want to start doing in these videos. I will try to remember it from now on, but I think as I start to do more and more of these videos, I realize I can sort of start comparing these neighborhoods to other neighborhoods that I've done videos on, or maybe other upcoming ones, right? So basically I'm gonna have like a for fans of section, right? Like when you buy like a CD back in the day, and you'd buy it just based on the cover alone, and it would say for fans of, an emo band probably if you were me. But so anyways, if after watching this video, if Roseville appeals to you in any way, then I'm gonna say that you might also want to look into these neighborhoods. And those big ones I'm gonna say are Falcon Heights, New Brighton, St. Anthony, the Como neighborhood of Saint Paul, and maybe Little Canada. But all right, anyways, I just want to thank y'all so much for watching these videos. Thank you so much for subscribing and leaving comments, unless you're leaving like stupid hate-filled comments, at which point you can piss all the way off. I want to say a special shout out to Peter. I had a Zoom call with Peter, and he lives in Bangkok, Thailand. And that's crazy to me that just doing these videos, little old me on YouTube, and I have the ability and the gift of being able to reach people in Thailand. That seems so crazy to me, but he was awesome, and I just want to say shout out to that, and just shout out to this whole idea, this whole channel. Shout out to Alex and Nick for being on my team and being able to help me do showings and helping me with clients. And because I am getting so busy that I've fundamentally reached like a critical mass, right? Where I can't be in all the places at once. And if I am, designating every spare minute that I have, which I basically am, to helping clients, then I can't do these videos. And I think these videos are important. I hope you feel the same. And if I'm being honest, at the end of the day, I just love doing them. So to be able to have help from Nick and Alex to take over at certain times when I don't have the time is the best, and I appreciate them very much. All right, my GoPro died like right as I was wrapping up. Ugh, stupid. What I was going to say, if you watch this channel, you probably already know what I was going to say, but if you're gonna move to the Twin Cities, especially if you're gonna try to buy a house when you come here or before you come here, then do yourself a favor. Then I absolutely implore you to get a hold of me any way you can. My two preferred ways are my website, To the Twin Cities, or my email, jesse@tothetwincities.com. I got a legitimate email now, and I don't know why I didn't do that sooner, but I guess I didn't have the name To the Twin Cities yet, so it takes time. All right, it might not look like it because I'm so calm, but it's 15 degrees right now, and I got no coat on. I got a flannel. It's not even that thick of a flannel. It's stupid. I just realized I have sunglasses on, and I feel like some wannabe Hollywood guy. Stupid. But all right, like I said, reach out to me. Check out my website, tothetwincities.com. And before you click out of this, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notified. Give the video a thumbs up, please. I swear to God that helps. And then leave a comment below. Say what's up to Alex. All right, we did it. I hope you enjoyed this one. All right, I'm gonna go get warm.